Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have more PlayStation news to go over and cover in this video, but before that, please make sure you subscribe to Nothing But Gaming. Trust me when I say that a lot of you guys still haven't hit that subscribe button yet. So if you want to help us take this channel to the next level, then please, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and smash that like button. Your support helps the channel more than you know, and is very much appreciated. Alright, let's talk PlayStation.
Yo, it's time to do some crazy skiing!
90s Extreme Skiing is at its biggest discount yet, 35% off, plus an additional 5% off for PS Plus subscribers. For those of you who don't know, this is actually a great PSVR 2 exclusive. It has a ton of single player content, as well as a PvP multiplayer component. I highly recommend this one, it's really good. Even more so now that it's getting a free DLC tomorrow, Friday, October 10th, which will add 10 races, 10 leaderboards, more trophies, 10 music tracks, and more. Like I said, this DLC is free to existing owners, but as before, the price of the game will go up by $1 or $2 after the release window. So if you fancy some high quality PSVR 2 skiing, now would be the perfect time to buy 90s Extreme Skiing. Sony Games has just announced that the roguelike FPS Sweet Surrender is coming to PSVR 2 this month on October 30th. Reading from Upload VR, quote-unquote, originally launched on Quest and Steam, Sweet Surrender is a fast-paced single-player game with cel-shaded visuals. Fighting your way up a mega tower as you take on mechanical foes, this features different classes to pick between, such as the Medic, Sniper, or Reaper, upgrading yourself along the way through a progression system. Despite previously seeming unlikely, it's now coming to PSVR 2. The PSVR 2 port will support adaptive triggers, headset vibration, and sense controller's haptics. Though higher resolution builds were tested for 60Hz reprojected to 120, it ultimately prioritized native 90Hz performance. PS5 Pro renders the game at a higher resolution, and while Sweet Surrender uses light foveated rendering, dynamic foveated rendering support is coming in a future update. Coinciding with this new release, Sweet Surrender is getting a content update with timed exclusivity on PlayStation VR 2. Though the studio informs us this will come to all platforms shortly after. That notably includes 20 new or improved upgrades in double back holstering alongside traditional polish and promised visual enhancements. So what do you guys think about this Sweet Surrender? Are you excited to play it later this month? Let us know in the comments below. Starting today, we can finally write reviews on the PlayStation Store. Finally. Dear Sony, what took you so long? Reading from Push Square, Sony's rolled out an update for the PS Store which allows you to write and submit full-length reviews. Only accessible on the web-based storefront for now, the new feature has been in testing for quite some time, but is now available to everyone. It allows you to submit a 4,000 character review to go with your rating, which has been available for a while. The feature enables you to include a title as well as a full write-up, similar to Steam. You can even mark it if it includes spoilers. Oh, and only those who own a game digitally can submit a review. The Player's Choice sale is now live, discounting the price of almost 5,000 PS5 and PSVR 2 games. So I'm not gonna even try to tell you what you should and shouldn't buy. I will mention one PSVR 2 game and one PS5 Deluxe upgrade though, which I think are definitely worth it. The PSVR 2 game is 90s Extreme Skiing. We already have that covered. So what about the PS5 Deluxe upgrade? Well, if you're a PS Plus subscriber, then surely you have redeemed Alan Wake 2. And if you have, then I wanna inform you that you can now buy its Deluxe upgrade that is currently discounted by 75%. This Deluxe upgrade will sync up with PS Plus, granting you access to Alan Wake 2's major DLCs, Night Springs and Lake House, as well as other cosmetics. So if you wanna have the full Alan Wake 2 experience, first of all, make sure to redeem the game if you have PS Plus. Second, make sure to buy the Deluxe upgrade before October 23rd, as the Player's Choice sale ends on that date. The Crimson Eye returns to the one and only ghost hunter sim Phasmophobia. Reading from the Kinetic Games official blog, throughout the event, select maps will play host to guaranteed blood moon weather. Be warned, ghost hunters, for when the blood moon has risen, you'll face a more difficult challenge when conducting your investigations. Ghosts will have increased speed during hunts, and your sanity will drain quicker. However, in return, you'll be granted higher rewards upon completing an investigation. For those who are successful in their investigations during the rise of the blood moon, various offerings shall be bestowed upon you. All rewards received during blood moon weather will be boosted by 10%, meaning the higher the risk, the higher the reward.
We've been working on some seriously cool gaming tech with Sony, and I couldn't think of a better person to walk us through it than my good friend Marc Cerny.
Sony and AMD have just released a new video on the PlayStation YouTube channel, in which Marc Cerny, the lead architect of the PS5 and the upcoming PS6, and Jack Hoon, hopefully I said his name correctly, the senior vice president at AMD, talk about the PS6 and the next generation of AMD GPUs. As I'm sure you all know, Sony and AMD announced a partnership a while back. They called it Project Amethyst. And today, both companies shared more details on what the future of PlayStation and AMD look like. The video confirms what we've known for a while now, and that is the PS6 is going to focus on three key elements: AI upscaling using an improved version of PSSR, path tracing, and most likely frame generation as well. Marc Cerny stated that it's still early days for these technologies, and he is very excited to bring them to a future console, which is of course the PS6, in a few years' time. If you follow PC GPUs and all that, you would know that the next generation of AMD GPUs is most likely releasing in 2027. So if you ask me, the PS6 will launch in the same year. So guys, the future is looking bright, and I can't wait to see what PlayStation Studios will be able to achieve with technologies like path tracing. Having experienced that on my 5090 PC, I can tell you right now it's a game changer.
Co-engineering the neural networks that power both technologies. And going forward, more and more what you see on screen, the detail, the fidelity, the atmosphere, it will be touched or enhanced by ML. And that means we're not just hitting new technical benchmarks, we're getting closer to the vision of the artists and creators behind the games.
Tomorrow is the day we've all been waiting for. In less than 24 hours, the highly anticipated Battlefield 6 is launching on PS5. It includes a 5 to 6 hour long campaign, multiplayer, and the new Portal mode. Usually, I don't encourage people to pre-order video games. However, you should know that pre-ordering the Standard Edition for $69.99 will give you the Tombstone Pack. Pre-ordering the Phantom Edition for $99.99 gives you, in addition to the Tombstone Pack, the Phantom Pack and one Battlefield Pro token. While the Phantom Edition bonuses are definitely not for everyone, I highly recommend pre-ordering the Standard Edition to get that Tombstone Pack. That is if you are planning on buying the game anyway. Battlefield 6's launch is going to be absolutely massive. Everyone knows this, including Activision, who did something that I believe they never did in the history of Call of Duty. Any desperate attempt to steal a spotlight from EA's upcoming juggernaut. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is free for 1 week starting now. I'm not kidding. The entirety of Black Ops 6, which just received some free Halloween-themed content as part of Season 6, including the campaign, is free for all during Battlefield 6's launch week. This is why we love competition. Activision would never have done this if it did not feel threatened by the anticipated success of Battlefield 6. So if you have any interest in playing some Black Ops 6 multiplayer, zombies, and especially the full campaign, make sure to download the game now, and you'll have access to everything included in the game for 1 week. Two young friends, lost in a frightening world not made for children. If they cannot find a way out of this nowhere place, they'll be condemned to a fate worse than death. Little Nightmares 3 releases tomorrow on PS5. It is currently sitting at a 73 on Metacritic, so it's actually reviewing worse than its predecessors. However, you should know that you can try the game for free, as there is a free demo on the PlayStation Store. If you like it and decide to buy the full game, then I recommend going for the pre-order, as that will give you access to the Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition, which will be sold separately starting tomorrow. Did Sony just buy a new studio? What am I talking about? Well, let's take a look at this article from Gematsu. The title says Sony Interactive Entertainment and Giant Squid trademark Sword of the Sea in Europe. Both Sony Interactive Entertainment and Giant Squid filed a trademark for Sword of the Sea in Europe on October 7th. The two companies are each listed as an owner of the trademark. Giant Squid, the game's developer, is an independent studio based in California, which raises questions about the co-ownership of the trademark. One possible scenario is that Sony Interactive Entertainment acquired the Sword of the Sea intellectual property from Giant Squid. Another is that Sony Interactive Entertainment acquired the studio itself. So this is a very bizarre situation in my opinion. Giant Squid does not seem like a studio Sony would be interested in buying. However, we have to remember that the current head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Holst, emphasized more than once on the importance of diversifying the portfolio of PlayStation Studios. So who knows, maybe Sony did acquire Giant Squid, or maybe they just bought the IP. I talked about this in a recent video, but yeah, according to Nikki Asia, Sony wants to acquire more IPs. So what do you guys think? Do you think Sony bought the entire studio, or just the IP? And of course, I'll keep you guys updated whenever we get an official response from Sony.
Let's do this. Form up! Nice! Boom, baby! Wow! Enemy reinforcements! I expect you to give me 110%, Phoenix. You want some of this? You're only going to make things worse for everyone.
Game of the Year contender Expedition 33 has now sold 5 million copies in 5 months. And this is despite launching day and date on Game Pass. To celebrate this milestone, Central Interactive announced that an upcoming update will add a new location, late game bosses, and new character outfits for free. We don't know when this update is coming, but of course I'll let you guys know as soon as they announce the release date. Is the next-gen Xbox cancelled or not? The story began when reputable insider SneakerSO made some interesting claims last weekend, and then Microsoft responded by saying that they are actively investing in the next-gen hardware. I covered this in my last video, so check out that video for more details. And now we have Moore's Law is dead, another reputable leaker who claims that as of now, the next-gen Xbox is not cancelled. And he even put out a video in which he leaked everything about Xbox's upcoming PC/console, which according to Moore's Law is dead, will be more powerful than the PS6, but also significantly more expensive. So what do you guys think about this whole next-gen Xbox hybrid? Do you think it's cancelled, or do you think it's coming? Let me know in the comments below. Before closing this video, I want to let you guys know that the PlayStation Gear merch store is shutting down on December 31st. So make sure to take a look and see if there is anything that you might want to purchase before the website closes.
This year, Machine Games celebrates our 15th anniversary.
I also want to let you know that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is getting a free update tomorrow, Friday, October 10th. And this one adds New Game Plus, the iconic hero outfit, and voice language select.
The Federation of Super Earth, keeping managed democracy safe with the lives of our heroes.
And finally, I want to inform you that Helldivers 2 officially flopped on Xbox. The game didn't even make it to the top 10 August chart. And if Helldivers 2 couldn't do it, then I don't think any PlayStation game can. So I think this will be the last PlayStation game we see on Xbox. I mean, why would they even bother at this point? And that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you for watching, and for more PlayStation news, reviews, and discussions, make sure you stick with MBG.